Hello and welcome to highlights of the 9th edition of the Liege-Bastogne-Liege, round 14 of the Women's World Tour for 2025. Touch under 3,000 metres of climbing. Some of the most iconic climbs in world cycling. Marlene Reusser, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, Kasia Nuvia-Doma, Lotte Kopecky and Elisa Longo-Borghini. Pretty much a who's who in the world of cycling. Demi Vollering just taking a pre-race chat with her sport director, the winner in 2021 and 2023. A beautiful sunny day awaited the riders, but Liege-Bastogne-Liege starting off with the Côte de Saint-Roch after 15.8 kilometres in length, but the race always comes alive on the Côte de la Redoute. The summit coming with 33 kilometres to go, then the Côte de Forges and the Côte de la Roche-au-Faucon, the summit of that coming with 13.3 kilometres to go. As we headed towards the Côte de la Redoute, it was Mavis Scriven of France who was in the lead for UAE ADQ. Valentina Cavallard of Arkea B&B Hotel swept up by the peloton. Anna van der Breggen and Misha Bredevol coming up towards the front for the team of SD Works. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot going over the top of Elisa Longo-Borghini, and that would be the end of the challenge for the Italian champion. Elise Chabet setting a blistering pace on the front. Lotte Kopecky, Cédrine Cabal, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot all up towards the front. Puk Pieterse, the winner of the Flèche Wallonne Classic in the week. She crested the summit in the lead. It would be her teammate Paulina Royakkers who went on the attack. Momentarily joined by the Idiot of the Day award for one of the spectators getting in on the race action. He was quickly off the course, though, and it did give us a 4-rider leading group. Antonia Niedermaier, Anna van der Breggen and Cédrine Cabal making it up to Paulina Royakkers. The gap, though, was being controlled by the FDJ Suez team. Royakkers, third place in the Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift in 2024. Juliette Labousse, Evita Music, Elise Chabet doing a sterling job working for Demi Vollering. We headed to the Côte de Forges. Cédrine Cabal on the front in the pick of EF Oatley. She'd been on the attack in the Flèche Wallonne Classic in the week. Chabet of FDJ Suez was doing an incredible team role. 23 kilometres to go. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, her first dig. Puk Pieterse and Lotte Kopecky straight with her. The chase was really hard to get working, and it was Movistar with Liana Lippert, Marlene Reusser and Mireille Meiring that were managing to hold the gap. We headed towards the Côte de la Roche-au-Faucon, the gap holding at just over 20 seconds. Royakkers dropped from the group. It meant that Puk Pieterse could go on the attack. Royakkers quickly caught by her teammate who had Lotte Kopecky on the wheel. Royakkers would help to try and launch Puk Pieterse up the road on the final climb of the day. Niedermaier also distanced from the group. Cabal and van der Breggen, the last two riders standing from that quartet. Pieterse made her move. Kopecky and Vollering going with her. Cabal in the pink, able to stay with them. Could it be a day for the world champion to add the Liege-Bastogne-Liege Classic to her palmarès? Vollering, could she do the hat-trick? Could Pieterse do the Flèche Wallonne Liège double? They went over the summit. There would be one climb to go. It's an uncategorized climb. Cabal went on the attack. Kopecky looked down. She looked back at Vollering, who would look back at Pieterse, and this would be the climb where it would all come unstuck for the world champion. She wouldn't have the legs to follow when the attack came. Cédrine Cabal going off on her own. Marlene Reusser made it up to Kopecky, Vollering and Pieterse. The gap to Cabal was 9 seconds. It is a tougher climb than it looks on paper, and why it's not uncategorized always remains to be seen. We ended up with 4 riders in the leading group: Cédrine Cabal, Demi Vollering, Puk Pieterse and Kim Lecourt of AG Insurance Soudal. And these 4 would come into the finish and fight it out between them. Cabal, great descender, Cédrine Cabal, The chasing group behind, Kopecky and Van der Breggen, were leading it out for SD Worx Pro Time. Plenty of attacks at the front group. You would say in this group, the unknown quantities in a sprint would be Kim Lecourt and Cedrine Cabal. Vollering led it out. It was Kim Lecourt that came off the wheel, the Mauritian national champion, a stage winner in the Giro in 2024. She held off Puk Pieterse, who'd won the Tour de France avec Zwift stage win here into Liège last year. But it is a first big classic victory for Kim Lecourt. AG Insurance Soudal get their day. Congratulations from Erska Ziegart. The team did a phenomenal job to set it up. Vollering led out the sprint. Lecourt comes off the wheel. Pieterse in the slipstream. But Kim Lecourt powers straight down the middle of the road and adds her name to Anna van der Breggen, Lizzie Deignan, Davy Vollering, Annemiek van Vleuten and Grace Brown as winners of Liege-Bastogne-Liege. The top 10 looks like this. Kim Lecourt takes it for AG Insurance Soudal, ahead of Puk Pieterse and Davy Vollering. Cabal, Kopecky, Royce, Fisher Black, Colonel, Nuvia Doma and Castelline are top 10. What a day and another nation on the top step of the podium today. It's Mauritius. Kim Lecourt takes Liege-Bastogne-Liege ahead of Puk Pieterse and Davy Vollering. That is the end of the classics. We now head to Spain for La Vuelta.